It's September 20th, 1519, the day in which 247 brave men left their country, commanded by Hernando de Magallanes, aboard 5 ships. Their objective? Get to the Moluccan Islands from Sanlúcar de Barrameda, Cádiz, to open a new commercial route with these islands. In one of these ships traveled the Basque Juan Sebastián Elcano, who would change the course of history in just a few months, becoming the captain and main figure of the first circumnavigation of the Earth. He became the new captain after the murder of his leader Magallanes in the hands of Lapu-Lapu warriors from the Mariana Islands. During this journey, there was a huge cultural exchange, but Basque culture was not able to have a relevant impact on the locations visited, and none of it has lasted until today. However, what if Basque culture would have survived the pass of the years in these places? Our journey starts in Cádiz, where 5 ships embark on a journey with plenty of supplies and a young and excited crew formed by people from all over Spain. Their chants echoed throughout the crew, and their excitement was the start of a journey that would be a key part of world history. After a few weeks in the middle of the ocean, they arrived at their first destination, Río de la Plata, where they collected supplies and found a small population of natives who would receive them during their time there. The cultural exchange was significant, and they would dance, eat, and drink during their celebrations together. During these parties, a group of Basque crew members would teach the natives some dances that they had learned from their culture during their childhood. Both the natives and the rest of the crew were delighted by their interpretation of aurreskus and espatadanza, which are some of the most iconic dances of Basque culture. After this pleasant stop at Río de la Plata, in which there was an important cultural exchange, the crew set sail south, looking for the today known as Strait of Magallanes, which would let them cross the American continent by sea and shorten their journey between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. This time, only 3 ships set sail, as the other 2, Santiago and San Antonio, were shot down in the seas surrounding present-day Argentina. As time passed, the crew's energy decreased and their excitement gradually dropped. After weeks of sailing, the ship stopped at Mactan, a small island that belonged to the Mariana Islands, located in the Philippines. The crew landed tired, hungry, and thirsty, and were welcomed by the Lupa-Lupa tribe, which were hostile against them and ended with the lives of a few crew members, among them Captain Magallanes, who sacrificed his life to save most of his crew. After this horrible event, they escaped rapidly in the hands of their new commander, Juan Sebastián Elcano. They headed to Brunei, a nearby island where the crew landed unrecognizable, tired, and miserable. At this point, only one ship remained, the Victoria, as Trinidad and La Concepción had sunk in the Philippines. Seeing the situation, Elcano took the initiative and, taking advantage of the valuable local fish and potatoes that they collected when they stopped in America, he taught his crew to cook marmitaco, a typical Basque dish that has become famous around the world and consists mainly of potatoes, fish, and a variety of vegetables. This dish marveled the natives of Brunei, who observed meticulously the preparation of this traditional dish to try to replicate it once the crew had left. The Basque crew members decided that they would do the dessert, and it couldn't be other than the famous pastel vasco and the delicious Carolina, named after the daughter of its creator, who made it for her. The rest of the crew and the natives, marveled by Basque culture, asked for the recipe for these dishes. They proudly gave it to them. Again, the crew left the island to go again into the middle of the ocean, this time happier than ever. After numerous weeks in the ocean, the only ship left arrived at Cape of Good Hope and stayed for the night to collect supplies and to repair a few issues related to the ship. During the night, the crew was welcomed at the home of some natives in the middle of the woods. They made a fire while they ate, drank, and sang. A variety of stories were told during the celebration, and once again, Elcano used his Basque culture to entertain his surroundings. He told everybody about the Basajaun, a mythological creature known as the Lord of the Forests, represented by a furry giant with a humanoid look. He has supernatural powers. It is also said that the Basajaun have the ability to communicate with animals and to appear as fog to warn people about danger. The crew, delighted with Basque mythology, went to sleep to prepare for their farewell. It would be their last day before going back home. After almost 3 years of voyage, the Victory arrived at Sevilla. Of the 247 people that had left, only 18 arrived alive to their country.